Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with a new short movie. The name of this short movie is What If Naruto Was Helped by His Friends and Became OP from Start. And yeah guys, it is an unscripted short movie and somewhat of my own idea because it is mostly inspired from one of the comments in the comment section from Jimmy De Dice. It was actually his idea. I made a lot of changes to it. I really liked the plot, but there were some things that I did not want it to go along with because I had better idea with it. I hope you're okay with that, Jimmy, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's story, and if you do, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's short movie. Our story begins right after the defeat of Kaguya Otsutsuki after the Great Fourth Shinobi War, as we go towards an undisclosed location on Earth where we see, thanks to Hagoromo Otsutsuki, the Sage of the Sixth Path, Naruto and his team, Team 7, were brought back alongside all the Bijus from the different dimension where they were trapped by Kaguya. Well, all well said and well said, Kakashi. You got that right, Sensei, but not everything is over yet. We gotta still save the others who are still trapped in the Genjutsu. So what do you say, Teme? We get this done? No, Naruto. Wait, what? Said Naruto as his smile fell. I have other plans. I am gonna free them, but after I have killed you all, I'm gonna make sure they suffer the same way you and I did, Dope. But you, knowing you, you will try all your best to stop them. Why are you still hell-bent on the revenge thing? Revenge thing? Let me give it to you straight, Dope. You didn't have a family to begin with. I did. I lost everything, and they blamed it on my brother, Danzo and the others. You killed him already. What more do you want? For them all to suffer, go through the same pain that I did. As that is when we see, he looked towards Sakura, who was trying to prevent him from leaving, giving him, or trying to give him the Talk no Jutsu as he charged towards them. You need to die, you talk too much, he said, as Naruto was able to use his chakra to protect both of them and also fend off Sasuke for the time being, as all the other Bijus looked at him, as well as Hagoromo. What should we do now, Sage? He left. Without him, we cannot undo the Genjutsu. We're trapped like this. As Kakashi and Sakura were still in shock, as Kakashi then said, we need to find another way, Naruto. We have to try to get him here, or have to find other way, because if he goes here, he will try to attack us again. As Sakura said these words, shocking everyone, because she was the one who was always trying to defend Sasuke if it wasn't for Naruto. But Sakura, I know what I said, Naruto, and I mean it. Sasuke has lost it finally. He is too much far gone in his revenge. I know this may sound odd, Naruto, but I am agreeing with Sakura on this one, said Kurama, as all the other Bijus then looked towards Naruto. Our Jinchurikis are trapped as well, those who were able to survive. But there is only one hope, and that is you, kid. And we need someone to make sure that we stay safe. And that is why our only option is that you become the Jinchuriki of us all. As Naruto's eyes widened, as Hagoromo then said, sit down, Naruto. This will be a long process. And for the next continuous 24 hours, as Kakashi and Sakura stood guard, Hagoromo transferred all of the 9 Bijus inside Naruto, making him the ultimate Jinchuriki. As after the transfer was done, Naruto got up. Naruto, you are the last line of defense against Sasuke. And knowing him, he must be plotting somewhere, trying to gather forces of his own. As Hagoromo said this, Naruto's eyebrow rose. From who? The whole world is under Genjutsu. From Edo Tensei. He possesses the powers of Indra now, and he is going to use them to revive Obito as his puppet as well as Madara. As Naruto's eyes widened, he knew that Obito turned to the good side, but him being controlled, this was not something he wanted right now. As Naruto then said, I have to go after him, Sensei. No, Naruto. We have to find a way to rescue others. As Naruto arrived towards Kakashi and placed his palm, which had the sun seal on it, towards him. Here, you carry this seal. I'll make sure that the moon seal is transferred to you. As now we see Naruto for a week vanished, and soon huge battles were echoed throughout the whole world, which seemed hollow in its own. As after some time we see unconscious Sasuke was brought towards Sakura, and the seal was forcibly transferred by the sage. As after doing that, we see both Kakashi and Sakura were the ones now using this seal to undo the genjutsu. And after the undoing was done, everyone was freed. We see that Sasuke, the real one, appeared as he was standing there, as Naruto's eyes widened as the clone poofed away. You really think, Dope, that you would easily capture me? But how? You had the seal. Even though I learned a few tricks of my own, Naruto. You were always the naive one. As Naruto then says, Sasuke Uchiha, what are you doing? Oh, I'll tell you what I'm doing, Tsunade Senju. I am declaring a new war, the 5th Elemental Nation War against you all. And by my side, as two of the coffins rose from the ground, from which Obito Uchiha and Madara Uchiha alongside the dead Uchiha clan rose from the clan warring era all the way up to the way his family died. As Naruto's eyes widened, and so did others, the Uchiha clan. Yes, the Uchiha clan will be the one who will be taking over the elemental nations as they should have. And you, Naruto, you'll be the first one to perish. As a huge war broke out. Because of the Uchiha's omnipotence of not dying and unlimited chakra, they were able to overwhelm some of them, but Naruto, using most of his brute strength, was able to, with the help of his friends, who were now free, defeat most of the Uchiha clan members. But Sasuke, he was still able to escape. As now we see, Naruto felt the most toll, as a few months have passed since the 5th Great Shinobi War has begun. The Shinobi Alliance was still standing, as all the 5 Kages were briefing again with Naruto. There has to be something done, Naruto. You know what is needed to be done. It is inevitable, said Tsuchikage. As A then said, Naruto, I know he is your friend. I also have lost my friend to a darkness, and so have Tsunade. You know that, right? Yes. I just wish that he was. There is no wistful thinking here, Naruto. He is a threat not only to Konoha now, but to us all. Many of the innocents will perish and die. He's not gonna stop. He's too far gone. I will see what I can do. Make sure you do, kid. And make sure you make up your mind before things go way too much south. As Naruto left the briefing room, we see that the Kage settled down. The kid feels a lot of burden on him, and he blames a part of himself for what is going on, said Tsuchikage. The other nodded in agreement to him, as Tsunade was extremely worried about Naruto. As on the other side, we see Naruto now in the training room, as he was training more rigorously, while all of his friends watched from the sideline, who were done with training. Naruto is training way too much. He needs to relax once in a while. Sakura, say something to him. You're the medical expert here, said Ino jokingly. It's not a joking matter, Ino. He's doing this because he feels that he's the one to blame for telling everyone that they need to help out Sasuke, and now he's a global threat to all. And you agree with him? Of course I do, Ino. He tried to kill me and Kakashi Sensei right after we defeated Kaguya. And you know what? I went tried to convince him. He just told me I talked too much and went straight for the kill. And for the first time, instead of seeing Sasuke, I saw a monster. As Ino was terrified, and so were many others. This is going to be a drag. The blonde idiot might still try to convince him. We might have to do something on our own. What do you mean, Shikamaru? Said Hinata. There's only one choice. We need to come up with a backup plan if Naruto fails. Why do you think that? Always have a second option under your belt, Ino. Always. Knowing Naruto, he will still try to convince Sasuke. And you, Sakura, need to be there alongside some of us to make sure that Naruto doesn't do that. We need to keep him reminding of what Sasuke has done and what's needed to be done, which is inevitable. While on the other side, we also need to have a backup plan. What backup plan? I heard from my Tochan that there was a Yamanaka jutsu that would allow one of user's soul to, go into the past to his previous soul, a younger version of him, and give him the memories of the future. It is extremely dangerous. Yes, it does exist. I know of it. Said Ino. You need to master that, Ino. Within a given month, you have plenty of time. Just focus solely on that. So wait, are you telling me that we should send Naruto? No. We should send Ino back. Because she is a Yamanaka and she only has the capability of doing this. We will give each of the message to this Ino to deliver to the past one, so that not only Naruto can train, but us and ourselves as well. So that when the future, if a push comes to shove, comes to this, we would be ready. Alright, we'll do this then. As now we see, thanks to Shikamaru's idea and his quick-wittedness, Ino began to practice for a month while Naruto trained, while the ambush tracked down Sasuke Uchiha, who was the last remainder Uchiha who survived. Sasuke on the other side was also not slacking off, getting more powerful than ever. As now we see Naruto and Sasuke standing in front of one another after Naruto tracked him down. A few months later, as it was raining heavily, and ironically they were still standing at the Valley of the End. Today this ends, Naruto. Either you die or I die. You really left me no choice, Sasuke. I tried to help you again and again and again. And yet you have become a monster that you and your brother didn't want you to become. My brother wanted me to follow darkness, and that is what I have done. I have become the darkness itself, Naruto. The darkness that will get rid of the light that they feel after killing many other who they see some darkness within. After getting their revenge, I will start a new elemental nations that will be under the Uchiha's control, my control. And for that to happen, you need to go, Naruto. As now we see, all-out battle between Naruto and Sasuke commenced. Naruto, still amid this battle, was trying to console Sasuke to turn to the good side, while Sasuke just ignored. And now we see the battle raged on for a few days until both of them were tired. The extent of the battle was so much that the whole Valley of the End was shattered and destroyed, and turned into rubbles. It could not be identified as such, while the Kages and the others felt the battle going on. And they knew they needed to be prepared for the worst, so they assembled their armies, because Naruto being their last line of defense, if was defeated, then there was no choice for them. And that is when we see Sasuke, using his quick-wittedness, used the last bit of his chakra to seal away Naruto into another dimension, where he couldn't breathe. As Naruto's friends, ironically, were watching this all, as they watched Naruto burn into ashes and turn into nothingness. A planet that was so close to sun that no human could survive there. And on the other side, we see Sasuke standing there, laughing. I did it. Finally, the dope is gone. Now, the world is mine to do as I please. And that is when we see Sakura with her bare fist, which was now laced with many kunais, slashed straight throughout Sasuke's heart, ripping it out. As on the other side, Ino used the mind-shattering jutsu on Sasuke, shattering his mind, as Shikamaru and Choji, using their kunais attached to chains, literally yanked the eyes out of his eye sockets, as Sasuke, taken by surprise, was on his knees, as Shikamaru with brute strength began to beat down on his face. You monster! He was the only one who thought that you were his friend, and yet you did this to him. Amidst all of this pain and dying out, Sasuke did the only best thing he could, mock them all, as he laughed. As Shikamaru's rage and everyone's rage increased, they began to beat down on him. But in the end, he died with a smile on his face, knowing that he was the one who has won the war, even if they have won the battle and their pathetic villages back. Their last line of defense, all the bijus, they were all gone. As Sakura fell down to her knees crying, and so did Ino, and even Hinata as well. As even if they have won, their victory was hollow. They should have been more stronger and would have helped out Naruto if it wasn't for him leaving on his own. They only arrived just in time to see that the climax of the battle. They really hoped that Naruto would have won, but they were too late. It is our fault. We should have intervened when we had the chance, said Joji as he looked down. Naruto, in the end, he tried his all. He even gave him the chance, and yet he did this. What are we to do now? I'm gonna cast the Genjutsu, guys, said Ino. What? I'm gonna go back in time. Even if it takes my life, I will. Ino, are you sure everything is okay now? Naruto wouldn't have wanted this. The sacrifice that he have made is for us to survive. He knew the ordeal. But if it is to help out Naruto, then yes, you can. And if it is to change the future, go ahead, do it. But remember this, there might have come with the consequence that many things will change. To hell with it. I will be happy if things change. I don't want things like this. If there was anyone who understood us all, it was Naruto. Even though we tried to ignore him. Heck yeah, you're right about that, said Kiba, as he looked down at Akamaru. We all thought of him as the dead lost and a joke of the class, but he was the one who was the most real to himself and knew what he wanted and became that man. Go ahead, Ino. Do it. We're ready for it. As Ino casted the Genjutsu, using all of her life force, she traveled back to her previous timeline when she was younger. But she did not anticipate that she would go so back in time. Now we see a young Ino sleeping in her room, which seemed like she was 13, as she suddenly woke up with cold sweat all over her body, as tears welled up in her eyes and fell down. As suddenly Inoichi and his mother and his wife came inside. Ino, what happened? Nothing, Dojan. Just had a bad nightmare. As Inoichi settled down, knowing the expressions of his daughter, he said, I'll stay here with you for a while, princess. Why don't you go and rest down, Misaki? Said Inoichi as Misaki nodded. While also consoling her daughter, she left. As now we see, Inoichi then said, What happened, Ino? I think your future self used that forbidden jutsu. Didn't it? You have memories of the future. How did you? You know that I'm a Yamanaka as well and the clan head. Give me some credit for knowing when something is wrong and something is off, Yes, Dad. The memories that I saw, you don't need to tell me. It is yours to carry, I'm sorry to say, this is your burden. Because it is the only rule. If you reveal this to me, there might be consequences much worse than the consequences there will be for you changing the timeline. Remember this. Choose every one of your move wisely. As after that, Inoichi then said, And I'm proud of you for learning that jutsu, by the way. God knows whatever reason or catastrophe have struck for you to come back in time. But remember this. There will always be me behind you, helping you out whenever you want. Thanks, Dad, said Ino, hugging her father close. And being embraced by his arms once more, she was happy. But after some time, she fell asleep, or tried to, as Inoichi left her eyes open. As she began to recount all the memories, as only one word came from her mouth. Sasuke really has become a monster, and he needs to be taken care of. Naruto? I can't believe I'm saying this. He really was the savior and the strongest one out of all of us. As now we see, on the other side, Inoichi has went and gathered the council just to warn them to keep an eye on Ino. So why have you called for the meeting in the middle of the night, Inoichi? Something came up. Remember the jutsu I told you all about? The S-rank one, Hokage-sama, that allows the user, if Yamanaka, to travel back in time? Yes. Have you used that? No. My daughter did. You mean Ino, the 13-year-old, did that? Said Hiyashi. No. From the future. Something must have come up. That is why she traveled back in time to our time now. But you said that altering the timeline could be consequential. Yes, I said so. But something must have happened. Something dire. And quite worse, for her to come back, because that jutsu was forbidden. And it kills the user after the memories are transferred. And the timeline itself is, well, in shambles. We need to know what it is, said Danzo. No, we don't. Because if we all find out what the timeline holds for us in the future, we might try to change it, because out of fear, because of goodness of our heart, if that it is truth. And doing that has much more worse consequences than the one who does it. This jutsu of yours is quite complex, Ichi, said Hiyashi. I know, Hiyashi, but this is the whole truth. As Shikaku then said, this is gonna be a drag, but we need to keep an eye on her, as Inuichi said, from afar. Make sure that whatever she does, doesn't have too much effect on the timeline. Alright. Everyone agree upon this? Said Hokage, as everyone did. Inuichi, we need your permission. Yes. I still trust Ino, but I know that she might try to do some more changes than she could bargain with, and I don't want her to pay the consequences of such. As being a loving father, he knew what he was doing, and that was protecting his daughter from the much worse consequences of Shinigami, who blessed them with this genjutsu. As now we see, on the other side, Ino was already writing down each and every bit of events throughout the whole night in her book, and after writing down until the day she died, right after Naruto's death and them killing Sasuke, she knew what she needed to be done as Inuichi arrived to see his daughter hiding a book. Oh, To-chan, what is it? Ino, your academy starts today. Remember your graduation? Yeah. After the summer break, I might have forgotten about it. Oh well, I'll be going then. As Ino forgot the diary and put it urgently in her desk and left. Inuichi, being the curious one, when Ino left towards the academy, opened the drawer and read it. And to his surprise and shock, he was terrified as he sealed the book and placed it back again. I can't believe it. Sasuke Uchiha, huh? As he said with narrowed eyes, I won't allow you to harm my daughter, or anyone for that matter of fact. And this kid Naruto. I need to have a word with Hokage-sama. As now we see Inuichi gathering a meeting again, as everyone was now quite worried. Inuichi, from your expression it looks like you have found out something. Can I request the elders and the civilians to leave this room, please? First, why would you want us to leave? After gathering us, I asked for the Shinobi Council. You as a council members had to be here for attendance. Now that you are free, you can leave. As they left, now we see Inuichi then said, Hokage-sama, please activate the barrier seal which allows no word to leak out from here. These are only confidential for our ears and our ears alone. As Hiruzen nodded and activated the barrier seals. And after the activation, Inuichi then said, how could you lie to us? As everyone was taken aback. Inuichi, what the hell? Says Shikaku. You know you were talking to our Kage, right? He lied to us about Naruto. You mean the brat who has Uzumaki name and is the Kyuubi's Jinchuriki? That brat is Minato and Kushina's son. As Hiruzen's eyes widened, and so did many others. Of course. The resemblance, said Shikaku. I can't believe this. Why would you keep this a secret from us? Even us, Hokage-sama. Minato wanted this to be a secret. And he wanted Naruto to have his heritage. When he was ready. You need to give that boy his heritage. Now. He needs to understand his reality and needs to train properly, Hokage-sama. If you continue to lie to the boy might desert the village and become much worse in the future. As saying these words alone, we see that everyone stopped. As Hiruzen said, is the future something about Naruto turning bad? No, much worse. Sasuke Uchiha becoming the monster that we didn't want him to be. All thanks to Danzo and you and your incompetence, Hiruzen Sarutobi. Because of you two and your decision to kill the Uchiha clan. Because of their coup. As Hiruzen's eyes widened, he went on to massacre not only the minor villages but also a lot. He even revived the whole Uchiha clan just to kill many and millions of shinobis with from the Shinobi Alliance, which was formed by the major 5 villages. Naruto carried the burden, trying to stop it with the help of powers of the Sage of the Sixth Path. And even in the end, he sacrificed himself for all of us. And she sacrificed herself to give us these memories. Ichi, you said so that I don't care about the consequences. If this is the future, then we need damn as well to make sure that it changes, said Ichi with narrowed eyes, as everyone looked surprised and shocked. Ichi, what happened to your kids? They too have suffered enough. Hisashi's boy, Neji, died in the battle of the 4th Great Shinobi War, facing against the Jubi, the Ten Tails, and so did Shikaku. You, me, Choza, all of us perished. Most of the elders did. As their eyes widen. So there will be a 4th Great Shinobi War. Who will start it? Obito Uchiha, who is alive out there. He will revive Madara Uchiha, and beware of the Akatsuki group. They being manipulated alongside Madara. The real culprit is Kaguya Otsutsuki, the mother of the Sage of the Sixth Path, the rabbit goddess itself, the one we thought was nothing more than myths. As their eyes widen, this is not good. The future is more dire than we thought it would be. Okage-sama, we need to train our kids and make sure that Naruto is stable and has been given his whole heritage. He needs to make right decisions. Because of your influence way too much on him, he was able to turn way too good for even his enemies. And Sasuke took leverage over it, killing him, using his own words. When he was... Damn it. I can't believe this. As Hiruzen stood up and said, with tears in his eyes, I have to do things right, or the next generation will suffer gravely, especially Naruto. I can't believe it was because of me that he followed that path. We have to make sure that he is strong and ready if Sasuke ever turns evil. That bastard is downright twisted, right after the death of his family and even before that. I have told you again and again that Sasuke Uchiha is not stable to be a shinobi, and yet you and the council forced him to be one. I'm not joking, Hiruzen-sama. Please pull him out of the shinobi program before he becomes a threat to all of us. As Hiruzen said, I'm afraid I can't do this. As Hiruzen and the others were quite shocked. Why? The council, the civilians, they would get suspicious. We can't reveal this information to them. Plus, we need to make sure that Naruto is aware now of his heritage. As the meeting was going on, as they were discussing more, possibilities and outcomes, we go towards the academy, where we see Ino entering, and she looked at Sasuke and she was disgusted for the first time. She couldn't believe herself. And that is when she looked towards Naruto, who was sitting in the corner, but his expression was different. Almost like the future Naruto. He looked sad somewhat, all on his own, as he sighed, and Ino approached him then. Hey Naruto. Oh, hey, what do you want? Said Naruto with his goofy smile. Can I sit down? As Naruto's eyes widened. You sure? I mean, I'm okay with it, but you sure you don't want to sit next to Sasuke? The seat is quite open. I don't know. I just feel like sitting next to the window. I hope you don't mind. Not at all. Be my guest. As Naruto scooted over and even gave his seat to Ino as Ino sat down there. As Ino was quite surprised that Naruto was this kind. She always remembered him as quite a bratty one, but this was something else. As Ino began to have a little talk with and small talk with Naruto, and Naruto, to be honest, was quite a good company to hang around. All the while, Ino noticed a glare on her, and to her surprise it was not from Sakura but from Hinata, who felt threatened for some reason, and that is when she remembered that Hinata had a crush on Naruto way before her. Wait, her? As that is when she realized her future self finally saw something good in Naruto, and the way he held himself, and now even being an orphan on his own was treating her with respect much more than Sasuke ever did in his whole life. By giving her the proper attention she needed, she was happy to receive it, as she had a blush on her face. And that is when Sakura entered the room, as she then said, Inobunta is not here. I'm gonna sit next to Sasuke. As Naruto was about to get up, Ino stopped her. Let her. Why do you even see in her? Hey, I like her, said Naruto. No, you don't. You're only doing this to, outmaneuver Sasuke. You can get other girls. There are quite other girls in the class, Naruto, and plus, Sasuke is going to be flat as a board, as always. As Naruto blushed and said, What do you know about that, Let's just say I have our knack for predictions. As that is when we see Sakura noticed Naruto and Ino laughing as her eyebrow rose, and throughout the whole day she was quite surprised until the halftime came. As even though she considered Ino her rival, she sat down next to Ino in the break room, and so did Hinata. What is it? Sakura, need something? Hinata and I were discussing something important. Yeah, why did you not sit next to Sasuke today? And what do you see in Naruto that you sat next to him? I just want to enjoy peace and quiet and not fight with you, Sakura. And wanted to enjoy some fresh air. And as for Naruto, he's not that all bad what we make him to be. As Sakura's eyebrow rose, what do you mean by that? I mean, he is quite nice once you get to know him. And yeah, I don't know if I want to continue chasing after Sasuke. You can have him. As Sakura's jaw dropped. Wait, really? Yes, but be careful around him. Something is off about him. What do you mean by that? Said Sakura, now concerned and serious, which surprised Ino. Last night I saw him doing something, said Ino, making up a lie. He killed a poor puppy. And not only that, he had a grin on his face, and he did it more brutally and willingly than ever. And for the first time, I felt chills run down my spine, Sakura. And not only that, I saw a monster. At Sakura's eyes widened. Knowing that Ino wouldn't lie to her, ever, she sat down there. Really? I know the death of his family has taken a toll on his body, but seriously, doing that is next level creepy. Yes. As after that, the three of them begin to chat, and that is when we see, after the halftime was over, Hiruzen was standing in front of the whole class. As he then said, Kids, Okage-sama has something important to tell to all of you, and most importantly to Naruto. As Naruto rose an eyebrow. What do you want to tell me, old man? You could have told me in your office. It is something that only needs to be heard by all of you. Naruto, your heritage I'm here to give you. After discussing this a lot with, my shinobi council, I have come to conclusion that you need to be aware of who you are and what your potential is. You are the son of the 4th Hokage and the Red Death of Konoha. You are Minato Namikaze and Kushina Uzumaki's son, being the last and only heir to the Uzumaki and Namikaze clan. As Naruto's eyes widen, and henceforth all of their heritage, their jutsu scrolls, everything will be passed down to you, effective immediately. As everyone was surprised, and more so ever was Ino, because she was hella sure that this doesn't happen in her time, in the future Ino's time, meaning the timeline was already altered. As now we see, Sakura was sitting next to Sasuke and noticed something as she was trying to get Sasuke's attention. Sasuke was sitting, and he had an expression on his face that were that of a sociopath, and that ring a bell about what Ino mentioned before in the halftime, and she became wary of Sasuke that day as well. As after that we see time begin to pass by, Naruto became quite popular as he began to train rigorously. After finding out who he was, he took his training seriously, and the shinobis who were there were now more respectful of him, and so were the civilians after his heritage was revealed. Naruto, although happy that he didn't have to hide or listen to people's words, he didn't give them any shit. He knew that people were acting only nice because his heritage was revealed. But that was not the case for Ino and some of his friends, because, Shikamaru and Choji were still Shikamaru and Choji, and Ino began to act differently before his heritage was revealed. As for Hinata, she was weird in his eyes. She was always kind to him, though. And Sakura, she was quite different. And Sasuke, he was more than ever hostile. As now we see Naruto training in his house, as Ino and the others who were his friends were visiting him. As Naruto settled down, Oi, I gotta ask you guys, why are you always here? What, you don't want us here or something? No, I'm more than happy, but seriously, don't you guys have to train or something? My Tojan has been training me rigorously. What do you want, you stupid blonde? Let me rest for a while. It is all because of you. Once your heritage was revealed, something went nuts inside of my old man. Instead of me following his ideology of becoming a cloud, he wants me to train hard. You know just how hard that is? Yeah, I know. That is why it's calling train hard, Shikamaru. Jeez, you don't get it, you troublesome blonde. As Ino then said, enough about this, Shikamaru. You and your laziness. Jeez. So Naruto, have you decided? Decided on what? Well, on what jutsu are you going to learn first? Your father's or your mother's? To be honest, I'm quite still thinking about it. I mean, I'm learning the basics of Winjutsu as well as Kenjutsu from the Uzumaki clan, but also learning the Taijutsu style of Matojan. You know, it's quite surreal for me to say the fourth Hokage by that name. I'm just quite happy. As Naruto was training rigorously, he passed out. And, then said, I'll bring him to his room. Sure you don't need any help? Said Shikamaru. No. As now we see, Ino brought Naruto to his room and laid him down. As Ino then settled down, she knew that she had one more thing to do. As she then said these words carefully, Kurama, I know you can hear me. Please, this is urgent. We need to have a talk. As immediately hearing that name and the words, Naruto was engulfed with red chakra as his eyes opened, which were red with slits. How do you know that name, girl? And what is it that you wish to talk about? Listen, I know this may sound odd, but I'm a Yamanaka, and we have, I know, a secret jutsu that allows the user to go back in time. I have met with Yamanakas before of such extent and power. What is it that you want to talk about? And tell me first, how do you know of that name? Naruto was able to get that name from the sage himself once the 4th grade shinobi war began and Kaguya broke free, thanks to the Akatsuki. As Kyuubi's eyes widened, this is not good. Don't tell me the kid died. He did, but not from what you think. Sasuke Uchiha, he's the reincarnation of Indra. Naruto told us as he's the reincarnation of Asura, the holder of the moon seal. He went psychopath and this killed more than what we can imagine. Naruto, being the Jinchuriki of the 9 Bijus, you alongside all of them died once Sasuke, using his Rinne Sharingan, opened a portal and threw him near the sun, burning him into ashes. That monster. And he still walks amongst you? Of course he does. People of Konoha wouldn't have anything said about their Uchiha-sama. Those people worship the ground they walk upon, and I was one of them, until it was too late. Damn it. Tell me everything what happens, and don't leave a single detail out. From her perspective from the 4th grade Shinobi War, and the big chunks that she saw and heard about revealed everything. And Kyuubi, what he heard, was not happy about this at all. So the kid and I form a bond, huh? I can't believe I said this too. Well, he sensed that the 4th has left Naruto in my care. Well, he kind of have. And knowing that my father put a lot of trust in him, I am willing to try as well. I will discuss this with Naruto. You don't need to worry about it now. Thank you for telling me the whole truth. It's alright, Kyuubi. You can call me Kurama, kid. Now you can leave. I have a lot of things to discuss with the boy. As after Ino left, we see that Naruto came downstairs with a serious expression the next morning and settled down, as his friends, or more like Ino, was there to get him. Naruto? What's the matter? I need to have a talk with all of you. Can you come inside? What if I told you all that I was the Jinchuriki of the 9 Tails? As everyone was shocked when Naruto said these words, but knowing already she needed to take a step now, she stood up and said, "That won't change anything, Naruto, because you being a Jinchuriki means you're its jailer, right? You are not the kunai itself that is sealed inside the scroll," she said in easy analogy for everyone to understand. And that is when Kiba then said, "Yeah, dude, a scroll doesn't become a kunai just because a kunai is sealed inside of it. You're our scroll, Naruto. Our good friend Scroll. Wait, Naruto, I mean." Well, what a drag. You really are full of surprises, you troublesome blonde. But yes, is right. And so is, well, Kiba. You are our friend and Scroll, Naruto, not the kunai or Kyubi. As everyone was happy, but more than ever was Naruto. As time began to pass by, and the day of their graduation came. The day that was delayed because of, well, Hokage-sama, because he thought that the teams and the Genis needed some more time to adjust to this new ideology. And after a few months, today was the team placement day. This batch was released later than usual. As now we see everyone seated in the class, as Sasuke this time was not with anyone but alone, as he was sitting in rage looking at Naruto over and over again. Ino and Sakura and Hinata noticed this. "You saw that, right?" "Yeah, I know. And for the first time after my infatuation with Sasuke is gone, I'm more open to more options. I mean, hey, look at Kiba. He's not bad, and even Naruto for some reason is more good than him. 100 times better than him, actually," said Hinata, as everyone agreed. As now we see, the team placement came, as Sakura unfortunately was placed with Sasuke, and this time around, Sai was placed there, not Naruto, as Naruto was placed inside a team which was made out of Ino, Choji, Shikamaru, and himself. As Naruto was quite shocked. "Wait, why are we a 4-man cell team?" "It's because, Naruto, the three of those are more of a recon team, and if push comes to shove and they need to get out of there, you'll be their wild card." "Oh, I see. I get it now." As that is why Naruto settled down, as Ino was more than happy to have Naruto on the team. But Sasuke, he was seething. And that is when he was approached by one of the Anbus in the night. What is bothering you, Sasuke Uchiha?" "Naruto Uzumaki. How does he has any right to have more power than me? Why did he was given the more power and better treatment than me? I am the last Uchiha, the elite of these clans, and yet you prioritize him." Danzo-sama has something up his sleeve that will hurt Naruto more and give you the more leverage. The CRA. You need to be in it. Hitting Naruto where it hurts the most, taking his friends forcefully away from him. And the next morning when came, after the team placement, when their sensei were going to pick them up, a meeting was called as everyone was standing there, even Naruto was. And he was surprised to see Hinata and Ino standing there, as both of them looked quite distressed. "Naruto Uzumaki, you are hereby told forever not to be in contact with both of them," said Danzo, "because these two have gone under the CRA of Sasuke Uchiha." "What? Ino, Hinata, look at me. Is this what you really want?" "That doesn't matter what they want or not. Their clans cannot deny this. Sasuke Uchiha needs to reproduce for the Uchiha clans, and I'm gonna do it. In front of your eyes, dope." As Naruto then said, after being disgusted by Sasuke. "Really then? Me being the heir to the Namikaze and Uzumaki clan, two of the prominent clan, a clan who had their own village of their own, more stronger and bigger than the Konoha, much better than especially the Uchihas, will forever pull out the fundings as well as the land and the scrolls and our symbol from the Konoha's roster then." As everyone was left shocked, knowing that more than 40% of Konoha's property as well as jutsus will be gone. And I will be banning Konoha in the court of Land of Fire, forever forbidding them from using my jutsus and my clan's jutsus. "You can't do that." "Of course I can. If you can force that, I can force this. Since I am also a, well, clan heir to the two clans, I propose this. and leave the choice only to the girls. I propose to Ino and Hinata as well. You can choose whoever you wish. It is up to you to decide. You, Naruto. 100 times you, said Hinata and Ino immediately, as Sasuke was left seething, knowing that Naruto was now more powerful and was able to even threaten the council. As after that we see, the meeting came to a closure as Hokage agreed to this, and Danzo not wanting to lose the Uzumaki jutsus, because even the most basics of their jutsus were created from them, he had to agree and remain quiet. Sasuke was more seething and enraged than ever. As the time began to continue out, we see that the Chunin exams draw near, and Sasuke was quiet and stable, and he was so close to getting Sakura killed. So much in the, Orochimaru battle that Sakura was scared of him and even pulled out. And after arriving to the mid of the tower, she then said, I give up. I don't wish to be near this monster. I'd rather die than to be near him. As that is when her knight in green spandex appeared. Leave her alone, Sasuke. As Sasuke was trying to threaten Sakura, it was Rock Lee. As for the first time, looking past the big eyebrows, Sakura saw a good, kind heart that was ready to protect her, and she was more than willing to fall for the guy. So she left and agreeing to go on a date as well. Sasuke again was cock-blocked by a lower being than him as he considered, and forever was now virgin and alone. As time began to pass by after the Chunin exams were over without a hitch, we see that something interesting happened. Sasuke was approached by the Sound 4, and as he agreed to leave, Team 7 and the Genin were sent after him. Tsunade, who had returned because Jiraiya as well as Hiruzen thought that he was getting old and Jiraiya didn't want to be the Kage and he had to train Naruto, they opted for Tsunade, and she returned and took the mentality of the 5th Kage, sent out the team. As Naruto, after leaving his friends to fend to the Sound 4, arrived there because of their, pushing him. As after there, Naruto didn't hesitate and beat it down the shit out of Sasuke in the Cursed Mark Seal, who tried to kill him. Naruto wasn't holding back either. He was pissed at Sasuke. As now we see, Naruto brought an unconscious Sasuke there, and the council, the civilian council who wanted to, gain the influence of the Uchihas, tried to help him out even in his trial, and they got what they deserved. Right after he received his power, he killed them all. Naruto again had to hunt him down, and this time around he had to put an end to him. And after putting an end to him, the civilians cheered for him, and not only that, even the elders had to remain quiet, because the shinobis, the village, everyone was on his side. As in the night time, we see Naruto was approached by Itachi. As Itachi then said, "You killed my brother, Naruto. I'm sorry. I had no other choice. I tried to. I know. But know this, the next time we meet, it will be not on good terms. I just wanted to tell you this. I'm happy what you did. It is my fault that Sasuke followed such a crude path." As suddenly, Kurama took over Naruto as Kyuubi spoke. Well, if it isn't Itachi Uchiha, Kyuubi no Yoko. So you are here and listening into Naruto's and mine conversation. Yes, and I'm going to tell you something, Itachi. Something that might alter the future itself. Wait, then don't tell this. I have backup. As Itachi used his genjutsu to watch and live out the future, where he was being a puppet of his brother, who killed and massacred a lot of innocents. He was already living with the guilt of killing his own innocent clanmates. As after coming out of the genjutsu of seeing all the demise and death, Itachi was shaking. I get it now. We need to stop the Akatsuki at all cost. More importantly, Zetsu. You can do that. By telling them they're being played. You think Obito will agree? He has no other choice. He has to see the future. He needs to realize the mistake. You guys have a lot of potential to do good. That is why I'm saying this to you now. Govern over Amegakure, turn it to a brighter leaf. And as for Zetsu, he needs to go. Alright, thank you for telling me the truth, Kurama. Now I know what's needed to be done. As now we see, Itachi with the whole truth in his belt went and revealed the whole truth in the Akatsuki next meeting. And let's just say, when Pain demanded answers from, well, Zetsu, knowing that Itachi wasn't the one for lying, was shocked when he didn't receive any. And when he was forced to use his soul-stealing technique to literally read the mind, he was shocked as he revealed every bit of truth to him. And that is when Itachi revealed the future to them as well, as they were all shocked to see what the future held. I see. So the kid was able to turn me over a new leaf, huh? The kid has seen a lot of potential and good in us, so we must live up to it. Deidara, Sasori, I know you have dreams of your own to be the puppeteer and to be the artist that you want to be. You can continue doing that and pass on your teachings. As for you, Kakazu, you and your thirst for money, you will be the treasure of Amegakure, knowing that you will do anything to save a bit of the money for your new home. I guess that works for me. Eden needs to go, as Eden was sealed away instantly, while the others remained. Gentlemen, the Akatsuki now have a new motive. Protect Amegakure and make sure it is the strongest of the elemental nations out there, said Pain, as everyone agreed, and so the development of Amegakure began for the first time. As on the other side, Naruto, with the help of other villages, was able to persuade the Kages as they came together to join an alliance and leave away their hatred. As Naruto grew up, he was changing tides and waves, turning enemies into allies wherever he went. And Ino and Hinata stood by his side. And Ino was proud of it, proud of herself to change so much reality of the past. So much pain was already gone and disappeared just because of one man that was caused, Sasuke Uchiha. A name that will forever be forgotten for good in the histories of the Uchiha books as well as of Konoha. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this short movie off, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, as this is Apollo Uchiha and I'm signing off for the day. Peace.